Okay, I've got to end on this. I've only got a few minutes left, but this is so glorious, and it has to happen. Very seldom, ladies and gentlemen, does like cat and dog shit splash together and make two great tastes that taste great together. The most miserable man on the internet sat down with the queen of cloud cuckoo land, Roseanne Barr. Roseanne Barr talks about the psychological war the Dems are doing. So the Dems, that's okay. The Dems, the Dems are apparently manipulating everyone and making them all upset about this bullshit Epstein stuff, which isn't a thing, but is totally a thing. This is Roseanne Barr on Greg Kelly's show. You might want to turn away. So if some of you may need to leave the room, or perhaps try putting a burlap sack over your head and breathe deep.
That Roseanne Barr, welcome to Newsmax. It really is a thrill to see you on TV, kind of in person.
That's how you've always seen her, dipshit.
Welcome and congratulations on the new documentary. How are you?
Thank you very much. It's nice to be here. I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm on a bunch of mood stabilizers, and my son has a cattle prod so that if I start talking about aliens and cloning, he'll shock me just out of frame. You look miserable.
Pretty good. You know, I feel like cancel culture is kind of on the way out, but not exactly.
Wait, did she make a documentary on cancel culture? Now?
How do you feel about that? I think it's great with Trump back in, but I think we still have a very touchy culture, and if you say the wrong thing, they still want to take you out.
Yeah, if you say the wrong thing, like, I don't know, Trump's in the Epstein evidence, and then you get a call from the FBI, and they're like, hey, buddy, how'd you like to be canceled out of a third-floor window?
Yeah, I think they do, but I think it's harder for them because, everybody's woke up to the fact, or I should
everybody's woke now? It's woke on woke crime.
say awoke or whatever. Woke up, but I hate to say woke.
Awakened. Oh, the word you're looking for is awakened.
But everybody's
Jesus Christ.
kind of woke up to the fact of how they do
They have awakened to the fact.
things and how corrupt they are and how it's just a political.
What somebody just said, was Roseanne always a monster? No, Roseanne was kind of a drag and a pain in the ass. But as a female comedian, you could take that as attitude. And I won't necessarily say that, like, there are male comedians who are dicks too, kind of all the time. And they just live that way because they live their kind of onstage persona because that's their personality rides on it. And hers, that sassy fuck it attitude was what she was selling after a while, and it beats having to come up with punchlines all the time. So she can just, sell attitude, as it were, right? But now she's fucking awful. Yeah.
Tool of the Democrat Party. So I don't think they can fool many more of us for too much longer.
A tool of the Democrat Party, but I want to ask you, do you think it's also becoming a tool of everybody? I see some people, they say the wrong thing in MAGA, they may be MAGA, and all hell breaks loose.
Yeah, you can't say stuff like Trump is all over the Epstein evidence, and there are clearly pictures of him with Epstein's girls in there, and like if you bring that up, you get canceled by MAGA. I don't know what's happening.
At least online, sometimes it looks worse than it is.
Yes, a subset of a subset of a subset of people that show up online that either, write things on shitter or bots or whatever, which is why I only take the criticisms of people I'm in the personal space of seriously. Everybody else I throw aside, unless, of course, it's, somebody telling me that my work on Queer as Folk was magic, and of course it was.
But sometimes I see our side employing the same techniques and tactics. I hope they all go away for everybody.
Yeah.
It's a concern of mine. Do you hear me on that?
Oh, I know. Sorry. I thought this was about, like, cancel culture and people getting shunned from the society. Greg just doesn't get invited to parties anymore because he's a fucking miserable bastard. So nobody wants to be around him, so they can't stand him. So he doesn't get. That's what that is. Okay, sorry, I was confused. I thought he was actually dealing with some sort of deep cultural issue, and in reality, it's just like Dershowitz complaining that he's not invited to shit in the Hamptons anymore.
I do. Free speech always has, some danger to it, but I still support it for the most part, unless it's
For the most part?
just horrible hate speech and, trying to get people all riled up to do something bad.
Well, I got to tell you that sounds like something MAGA would get mad about. That's like the kind of thing MAGA would cancel for. Sorry, horrible hate speech. I mean, that sounds like how you define, the most of the speakers at Talking Points USA.
I hear you. But then again, you know what? That's what they said. If you had a question about the election, you're trying to rile up somebody to get some to do bad. That's what they said.
The do bad. The do. You're trying to rally can't say anything about this, especially if you say, walk on down there and I'm going to join you. I'm actually not. Walk down there peacefully and patriotically. But if you get there and Mike Pence doesn't have the strength to do what's right, then you're going to have to be stronger. You won't have a country and you're going to have to fight.
January 6th. So I'm kind of like a free speech absolutist.
They seem to ignore.
You're nothing says free speech absolutist like saying I'm kind of like a free speech absolutist. Way to really. Thanks for the hard sell, Greg. He's the leader that our time needs.
They seem to make mountains out of molehills when it comes from our side, and then they make molehills out of mountains when it comes on their side,
What do we just go? Do we go after it with a belt sander, or how do you go about? So what was our mountain that we molehilled?
It's a psychological war and an information war, and
that's right. Or in the case of January 6th, an actual fist fight war.
People have to figure out what they're going to believe.
Sure. Yeah. I agree. Let's all figure out what we're gonna believe. Don't let the facts dictate it. Don't let reality dictate it. Just decide.
I'm curious.
And they have to stand strong in it.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Well, basically, absolutely.
Can you tell everybody what your politics are? If it's easy to sum up, maybe it's not.
Yes. Democrats drink baby brain juice, and Republicans are sent here by God to crack down on a pedophile network, except when they don't, and then I don't know what to believe, and I will just ignore the entire conversation. And also vote and don't vote.
I saw you with Robert F. Kennedy Jr. during his campaign for president. I happen to be a big fan. I love the Maha thing. And you were there right when he was kind of talking about a kind of a bizarre moment from his life.
Yeah, like most of them.
Involving a bear and Central
Yeah, and a dead bear cub that he dumped in Central Park.
Yeah. and whatever. It was all kind of cool. And
like the rich, entitled shithead he is.
Also bizarre, but what are your politics, Roseanne?
Well, I'm...
Are you pro-dumping bears in the park or not? Come on.
MAGA, and I love our president, and I just want problems to be solved and stop...
Here I am with a cardboard cutout at the county fair.
Being...
That's the thumb he puts up everyone's ass.
Exploited for fundraising purposes.
Well, he is a big fan of yours, and let's just...
Yeah, you can tell by that picture especially. Holy shit, look at her. Look, this one's like, all right, I'm doing my smile for the thing picture.
Purposes.
Look at the second one. Ugh, she's a little too close. She's ruffling my jacket. I don't know who smells worse, her or my diaper. That's DeSantis and Lewandowski back there. Is that doing that? Yeah. I don't know who the lady in the yellow
is.
Well,
he is a big fan of yours, and let's just appreciate that for a moment. Everybody, I'd like to play C06 if you don't mind.
Yes, I don't mind. Play C06. You mean cut 6? It says cut 6 on your fucking paper and you read it as C.
She had the #1 show on television.
Until she didn't. Until she called, she insinuated that a black woman resembled an ape. And I don't know, nobody could figure out why that was a problem.
And I'll tell you, they just couldn't stand it, could they, huh?
No, yeah, it was just the ratings. That's what they hated. It wasn't the fact that she said something that fucking awful and meant it and then doubled down on it a fucking week later. It was her ratings were just too good, coming in third.
They couldn't stand it, but everybody knows that show was a monster. 28 million people, she doubled and tripled, and they took heat. You know, if they had 3 million, they'd be happy if it was the right person, but you are the right person. You're fantastic.
So true about television and the rest.
Real television, which, thank God, Greg Kelly is not on.
It's an awesome, he has great appreciation, doesn't he? And he's not afraid to celebrate things. One of the things I like
Yeah, until he's done with you.
about him.
That's right, Greg. He hasn't called recently, has he? I mean, you tried, but...
Me too, and he's funny.
Me too, and he's funny. And cut. And he's funny, especially when he talks about women. What? Like, that was the edit there. That was, yeah. It was the ambient talking. Oh, God. Liquor and Xanax. Yeah, that should be the name of the cop show that Greg Kelly and Roseanne do together. Liquor and Xanax. Together they fall in love and fight crime. Yeah, golf. Trump is funny. No, he's not. He's gross. All right, I gotta run. I will not have a show tomorrow, kids, because of family stuff. So just letting you know, regular show on Wednesday. I appreciate the patience around my family stuff when it's necessary, and this is sort of, for me, about as deep as it gets, short somebody keeling over, and hopefully nobody does that anytime soon. But I adore you guys, and I will see you on Wednesday morning for the morning show. Appreciate it. All right, take care of yourselves and take care of somebody else.